Hello, my name is Yusuf Raja, and in this video I'm going to explain the difference between the having and where SQL commands by going through some examples. So this is the table that we'll be working with. I've called it Red Cross, and it represents the blood types that are available in each hospital for donation. And I've gone ahead and already filled this up with some sample values here. So I'm going to start off with a really simple command and build it up from there. So here we have the sum aggregate function that's being applied on all the bags in every hospital. So 175 is the total number of bags across all hospitals. But now suppose we wanted to get the total number of bags for each different blood type. So we can apply the group by function, and group by will group our results by the total for each type. So now the next step is, what if we wanted to filter these results to be only those that have some sort of property? Well, if that's what you want, you're in luck, because we have a having function here, which we can use to get only those results that have some property. So in this case, let's change this to 50, and let's run this, see what we get. So it filters our results by some sort of criteria. Now everything is pretty straightforward so far, but now let's consider the where function. Where sounds a lot like having. So let's see what happens if we simply replace having with where. So before we even run it, we can see the syntax error here. And one reason for that is because where should always come before the group by. So let's move where to be just before the group by. And we can see that gets rid of the syntax error, but when we run this, we get another error, which says that invalid use of group function. So this is because where cannot be applied on any aggregate function. So in this case, sum here is an aggregate function. So let's see an example of where we can actually use where. So in this example, we're applying where where is basically being used to filter these results from blood type, and then those filtered results are being sent to the sum function. So to summarize what we've seen so far, where and having can both be used as filters for aggregate function. The difference is that where would be a filter that's applied before calling an aggregate function, and having is a filter that's used after calling an aggregate function. In this last example, you see here we have two different set of commands, and both of these have the same output. I'll run this one. So this is the output I got from running the first one, and let's see what happens when I run the second one. You see it's the same result. So let's see what's actually going on underneath the hood. So in the first example, what's actually happening is we're filtering all the results and then calling our aggregate function. In the second example, what's actually happening is we're calling the aggregate function on everything, and then we're filtering the results. In fact, you can see this if you just look at the first three lines here. If we run this, you can see we're applying the results on everything. So that summarizes the differences between where and having. And in general, you should try to use where instead of having, simply because from a performance perspective, it's usually more efficient to filter the results before applying the aggregate function. Thanks for watching.